Hello, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. Happy June. It is the first day of June, June 1st. It is also a Monday, so first of the week, and I have a new tarot deck to show us. This is the Sakki-Sakki Tarot deck. It is a very artistic tarot deck, and I have already kind of looked at a few of the cards. I've peeked at some of it. I did a little surprise thing. I think it was on Friday that was, hey, check out these cards. They're kind of cool. These were given to me as a gift, and I haven't read with them at all. So if you're interested in having a reading and you specifically say, hey, let's do that cool deck that you talked about, I will totally do that. They're very bright. They're very blue and yellow and exciting and very abstract. They did come with a cute little book, which I always kind of flip through the little book to see what it's all about. And the neat thing about this book is it doesn't just talk about the tarot cards themselves and their meaning. It also talks a little bit about the symbology on the cards themselves. So you've got in this deck, you have leanings towards the zodiac signs and their alchemical symbols, as well as the planetary signs on each one. And there's just a lot. There's a lot going on with these cards. So without further ado, though, I'm going to pick our first card, and I think it's one we talked about in the other deck, but just so you can see the difference. So the Two of Coins, also known as the Two of Pentacles. So I think I mentioned before that the minor arcana cards are, sometimes it's coins, sometimes it's pentacles, different things. Also, in a standard playing card deck, it would be your diamonds. So look back on that as well as kind of an interesting way of looking at these cards. They always pertain to the physical realm in so much as kind of fertility and monetary, material wealth sort of things. So when I see these cards and I see the coins, I always think about physical wealth as well as that fertility aspect of things. The Two of Coins, so I'm going to point out right now, she's headless. And I only say she because she's wearing what looks like a skirt and high heels. So, but this character is headless, which I noticed in a couple of the other cards as well. It may be kind of a universal thing in this deck. They have no heads. I don't know what that's about, but it's really cool. So instead of focusing on the facial features of the character, it's more about their position and the symbology surrounding this card. So I'm going to hold this one up because I think this is such an interesting deck, and it's not one I've seen very often. So I think I'm going to kind of hold on to it and show you guys throughout the whole thing so you can poke at it with me. The first thing I do notice about this is there's a lot of water in the background, which is typical of the coins and this balancing act. Usually there are ships in the back, and the artist, who is Sakki-Sakki is how she goes by. She's of, I think she's of Greek descent. I'll look more into that. I'll do some more talking about that. But I want to start with just the cards in this one because they are so interesting. So we've got this kind of cliffs in the background. The sky is kind of a greenish yellow. I'm not really sure how that comes out on the screen. It's pretty greenish. It's kind of a chartreuse color. And it's got the water. Usually there are ships back there in the water, and the ships are usually like being tossed about and things like that. So she has foregone the ships, but that water still looks very tumultuous. It looks like there are thoughts going on in the background. There are those wondering, well, is this good? Is this bad? So, and then we get to this, the infinity symbol that's kind of locked the coins together. And the infinity symbol on there is that constant tug of war between the pros and cons of things. When we look at something, it's like, well, is it good? Is it bad? What are my choices? What are my options? How can I deal with this? And it's that constant weighing between, is this good? Is this bad? So when this card comes up, it's very much about that. It's very much about weighing what your choices are, weighing your, and in this case, because it's coins too, it's about weighing that financial uh, backing to it, that financial cost of whatever you're dealing with. So the physical cost, the material cost, the financial cost, is this a wise choice? Is this something that I can spend on? And it can be something as frivolous and little as, hey, should I buy that coffee and splurge a little bit, or should I maybe save some money? Should I buy that really cool purse or those really cool shoes or that new car, or should I maybe wait and see? So when I look at this card, I look at what are the pros and cons. Things that are a little more on that fertility scale of things, maybe a little less on the monetary and more on still material, and possibly even like have to do with pregnancy and things like that and children, is what are the pros and cons of that? Am I doing what's best for me and my family and my stability in material world sort of way? And I looking at this card too, I love the bright colors of it. So I want to go a little more into this card itself as the Sakki-Sakki deck because it is the first one we've drawn. Down here in the bottom, I'm not sure how clear that is because it's a really bright blue, but around where it says the Two of Coins, there's a couple of symbols. And on one side, we have the symbol that kind of looks like a really fancy number 4, which is the symbol for Jupiter. So if you are into astrology and astronomy and alchemical symbols and things like that, you'll recognize this. Also, if you're into like certain anime cartoons and things like that, I'm sure you've seen the Jupiter symbol, which does look a lot like a really fancy number 4. And then on the other side of it, it has the zodiac sign symbol of Capricorn. And Capricorn is it's a kind of a fancy V with a little squirrely S next to it, or a V with a tail, I guess you could call it. So in this, she puts a lot of emphasis on the astrological references. So I am going to pick up the book and kind of see what she does with that just for a minute with these cards. So looking into, she also has like the Hebrew tree of life in here, which is really cool. All right, so she has the numbers, and this is really cool because she's got the numbers listed, and she does have Sephira Chokma. I'm already going to apologize for my translation and how I say these things, which twos often depict wisdom, or this Sephira Chokma. Sorry, apologies there. So it is, she has said, wisdom here is balancing the polarities, unions, decisions, and purpose. So very much similar in that way. So that's our little, one of our little alchemical symbols. All right, so she puts Capricorn on this one because it is the element of earth, which, yes, very often, instead of leaning on the colors of green and verdance and things like that, she's gone and put an earth sign symbol on here. And the qualities of it are cardinal. If you're into zodiac, there's like the cardinal, the fixed, and the mutables. I think she's going to talk some about that in these cards, so I might need to brush up. The ruler of this card is, oh, it says Saturn. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh no, it's just Capricorn. The ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. This is going to get me a little confused because we got Capricorn on here, but we also have Jupiter, and the Saturn symbol is certainly not the Jupiter symbol. So these are the kinds of things that are depicted because it is this zodiac sign that she's attributed to this card. So she's also attributed the traits of being self-centered, realistic, cautious, careful, concerned, conventional. It kind of goes on, different respects for authority. So she is attributed to the cards as well some of those zodiac aspects. It's kind of cool. And I'm going to brush up on this. Get me a little more into my astrology thing. Astrology is not really my thing. All right, so I'm going to see if she also has the planets in here. Oh, she does, she does. Okay, so Jupiter, she's attributed Jupiter on here as one of the aspects of this card, and it is expansiveness, optimism, generosity, a collective identity, spiritual growth, luck, individual freedom, justice, and success. So for me, if I were reading this deck after really going over, oh, she's got some neat things that are attributed to this card that are not typical, or at least not on the surface typical for this. So I would also put, oh, this is a card of success because of the Jupiter part of it. This is a card of self-freedom and individuality because of those things. But what's interesting is she's kind of got a juxtaposition here. It's a lot of freedom of self-expression and individuality, but also Capricorn is about authority and really giving in to authority. So she's created that juxtaposition and that balancing act. What is the balancing act in this case is personal freedom versus guidance by authority or an authoritative sort of feeling. I think she did a lot of work on this and a really great job, because that's a lot to put into that card and all these different symbols and things like that. A lot of thought process went into this for her. So bravo already. I'm super impressed with this deck. I'm super impressed with the symbology, and I think I'm going to probably learn a lot from it too, and I really am excited to share that with you. So check out this card, check out this deck, and I will totally do some more readings and things with this throughout the month of June. And if you're interested in a reading with this deck, bear with me. I probably won't get all the nuances with it, but I'm super excited to do some readings with this deck throughout the month of June. And if you mention that you saw the video about it, I'll give you a discount. So check it out on my description in there about my website and stuff. And if you're interested in how technology and the metaphysical and things like that connect, please check out my book written with Bob Frank, who is traveling right now. So please wish him your best. And it is called Cloud to Cloud, and I really hope you check it out. And until tomorrow, happy Monday. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you then. Bye.